Hi, and welcome to weeks 9 and 10. This is a 2-week lesson module. The first activity is to view the video, which explains this week's activities. You're doing that right now. The second activity is our social emotional learning activity. We're going to be exploring this website right here of 75 social emotional learning activities, and we're going to be putting our work in this book here. So what I want you to do is to investigate this website here, use the framework, which is right here, and create a book link. Here's the book link that you're going to link 5 of the activities from the website. So there are 75. You just need to pick 5. I want you to identify the social emotional culture anchor competency associated with that activity, which you'll find in this framework here. There may be more than one anchor competency. You're going to also identify the teacher moves, which you will find in the framework here with the activity. And then you're going to briefly explain how you would use the activity as a social emotional learning skill. You're going to post all of your work in this book right here. I'll click on the book and you can see the cover at least, and you're just going to be adding pages. So you're going to use this as a place to post your work for the social emotional learning activity this week. The third activity is to read Chapter 11 and the article Reviewing Poetry, which you'll find here. After reading Chapter 11 in our textbook and the article Reviewing Poetry, select a book of children's poetry, whatever book you'd like to use, and write a review of the book using the checklist. Using the checklist Assessing Quality in Poetry, which is in Figure 4.1 in your textbook, and the information from the textbook and the article. Please post your review in this Dropbox. You are to read 2 of your colleagues' postings and comment on their reviews. The fourth activity is Poetry Workstations. After viewing the video right here called Poetry Workstations, you're going to create 4 poetry workstations which you would use in your classroom. Make sure at least one station includes technology, one station should be teacher guided, and the other 2 stations can involve technology or not. You can find ideas for these stations online using resources such as Pinterest or other teacher websites. Please do not use worksheets unless they're used for instructions only. Create a hands-on engaging activity for each station. Post your workstations ideas in this Dropbox. So that's 4 stations that the students would rotate through. 1 would be teacher guided. 1 is for sure using technology. 2 others can be anything you'd like them to be except for worksheets. They should be hands-on engaging activities at each station about poetry. Then you're going to create a poem for your 5th activity using the information found below. Write either an I am or an I am from or a bio poem. I have written an I am from poem that you can see as the exemplar. There are other exemplars of other types of poems in the information found below. You're going to post your poem in this Dropbox, and then you're going to comment on 2 of your colleagues' poems. Here is my exemplar, and here's the information you need from there. This activity is a strategy and resource for social emotional culture anchor competencies, building trusting relationships, and you can find that here. Here's some additional resources for poetry. If you haven't guessed yet, the topic, one of the topics this week is poetry. The other one is folklore. Your 6th activity is evaluating folklore. You're going to read Chapter 6 in your textbook first. Then you're going to find a folktale book to read for your self-selected reading library. If you haven't read one already for your library, if you've already read a folktale book, then use it to complete the following and post it in this Dropbox. You're going to provide the title, author of the book, and a short summary. You're going to identify the type of folklore that the book is based on the information provided in the PowerPoint and Chapter 6. You're going to evaluate the book using the handout entitled Evaluating Folklore, and you're going to discuss whether this piece of folklore is authentic to the culture. Provide a rationale for your reasoning. This is the PowerPoint. This is the document to help you in evaluating folklore. The seventh activity, or it's really the second activity for folklore, is the Three Little Pigs. In the March-April 2009 issue of the Hornbook magazine, Joanna Rouge Long explores what makes a good Three Little Pigs. In her article, Some Pigs. Read her article found below and decide if you agree or disagree with her decisions and the reasons why. Post your response in this drop box. And last but not least, the last activity that you will be completing this week is on storytelling. You are to share a folklore story by telling, not reading. I don't want you to read the story. I want you to tell the story in a video of yourself sharing the story with us. You can use the book as a guide, but do not read the story to us. Tell us the story. Please use the storytelling tips found below. I have created a video of me sharing a story. Post your work in this Dropbox and post a comment using one idea from the tips as a point of evaluation for me and one for another colleague. So you'll see me in this video telling a story. I am using the book as a crutch. I'm using it so that I know what to say and how to move the story along. But I am not reading the book. I don't want you to read it. I want you to tell it like I am in this here. Some reminders this week. By the end of these 2 weeks, you need to complete your family literacy backpack assignment. It is due April 16th. So please check that in the major assignments on the main menu on the home page here in Blackboard. That assignment, your family literacy backpack, is due April 16th. Your book trailer assignment is due April 23rd. And this is a very good time now to complete the 7 postings in your Reader's Response blog of the 7 books we've already read in Literature Circle. There is one more book to be read and discussed, the nonfiction book, which will be discussed week 12. We do not have any more literacy circles until week 12. So this is a great time to work on that assignment, and won't be able to finish it, but you'll have all 7 of your postings in. Waiting for the last posting, and week 12 is your nonfiction book. That is an explanation of all the activities that you're going to be working on. It seems like a lot, but you have 2 weeks to do it, and actually it's pretty much just a little bit over a week's worth of work that you'll have, and you can even use spring break if you'd like to work on this as well. I'll see you online. I won't see you in class. So have a great 3 weeks. First week being spring break, and then the next 2 weeks being weeks 9 and 10. I'll see you back on week 11, and I'll make sure I send you an announcement that we'll be back in class then. Otherwise, have a great spring break, and take care.